Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I'm going to share with you 5 tools that you can use to generate color schemes or color combination for your t-shirt designs or for any other design for your print on demand purpose. Now before I go into explaining these tools, there is something that I would like you to know, and that is all of these tools are actually free. And also the timestamps of this video are in the description below, so if you want to skip any part you can easily skip it. And also I have not arranged these tools according to any specific order for this video. This is just some random order, but towards the end of the video I will share a tool that is pretty simple and it is very useful for those who are not designers and who would not like to mess around with different colors and different tools to generate color. So it is very helpful for those. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you watch the video till the end. Okay guys, the first tool here is from Adobe. Now it's totally free, although the other programs of Adobe or other softwares are paid, but this tool is pretty free. And the best thing is that you can generate color combinations or color schemes according to different color harmonies. Now if you are familiar with color theory or something like that, you might be interested in this tool, and you can easily select different color harmony rule. For example, if I choose this complementary, and I can just adjust the slider here and I can generate different colors in this one. And also there is an RGB or HSL sliders here, which you can adjust these sliders to generate different color combination, color scheme depending upon your likeness. Now I'm not going to spend much time on this one because there are some other great tools that I would like to show which have much more useful features in my opinion as compared to this one. So if you already have an Adobe account, this might be useful and you might want to check this thing. It's pretty simple, nothing very complex. The next tool here is, or the next feature is from Canva. And if you're already familiar with Canva or you might already be using it for your designs, they also have a feature or a tool which you can use to generate different colors or color themes, and they already have a color combination or color palettes available. Actually I'll put the link of all these tools in the description below so that you can easily check them out. So if I visit this page, and here are different versions, or you can say that different features are available, different tools of this tool. The first one is the color palette generator, which you can use to generate different palettes. The other is the color palette ideas, which you can use to get a starting point from an already generated color palette. For let's say I want to use an already present color palette, for example like this one. I'll click here and they have different color palettes available. As you can see here, they have 99 pages, and also you can search them depending upon your color idea, or you can design idea or theme in which you want to look at. For example, let's say I want to look for color palettes for retro design, so I'll just type retro and I'll just search it, and it will give me some examples of the retro color combinations or color palettes. So this is very useful. So let's just go back, and you can use the palette generator here and to generate palettes from different from images or something like that. So you can see that it has kind of like a limited feature, but you can definitely use it to get some or extract color palettes from images or use their pre-made palettes that are available here. Okay, the third tool here is called coolers.co, and it is pretty useful tool. Again, this one also has two you can say that ways in which you can generate palettes or find palettes or color combination. The first one is the start generator, which will go into color generator and you can start from scratch. The other one is the explore trending palettes. You can start by exploring some of the palettes that are available here and then use them as a starting point to generate different versions of those color palettes. So first I will go into the explore trending palettes and I will select a color palette that I might like, and then I'm going to show you how you can add those palettes. For example, I like this one, this vintage style thing, and if I just click here in these dots and I can open it in a generator, and it will then load that color palette in the generator, and I will use different tools here to change the color theme and other things. So let me show you some of these tools that you can use to generate different palettes or edit different palettes. So this is already a beautiful palette. Let's say I want to edit it a little bit, maybe change it. So I'll go to this icon that is called the adjust palette, and I can adjust the hue of different of these colors, and according to my likeness and according to my, you can say that, whatever you want to call it, my idea of the design. And also I can adjust the saturation to make it a little bit darker or brighter, and I also can use the brightness. So might have to be slightly familiar with color theory to use these kind of tools, but if you are not, you can still just make a guesswork and use these tools. Also they have different generate method. So if you want to generate a different palette, you can simply click generate and it will generate a different palette. Now there is an option called here, I think that it will give you an option to generate the palette according to the different kind of color harmonies rules, and I will also show you that in a minute. But before I do that, there is also other option here for each and every color which you can use. For example, for this one, and you can use different shades, choose different shades of the colors and replace those colors with that. Now if you want to generate a color according to any specific harmony rule, you can simply go into this three dots and click it, and then use this generate method and choose a different rule for your palette. For example, I want to generate a monochromatic. Once I click it, and then I'm going to click generate, and it will generate a monochromatic pattern, for example like this one. So this is a pretty powerful tool that you can use. You can explore more of these features here as well. Now let's move on to the fourth tool. Now this fourth tool is pretty powerful tool, and out of all of these five tools, this one is, you can say, my favorite tool, or the most favorite tool that you can use to generate colors. It has a lot of different features. Let me show you by going to these tools at the top. So on the tools you have different options. You can generate a color palette, color gradient, you can convert colors and other things. You can do it. I will also show you some of these tools, and in addition to tools you have the option to explore different palettes, brand palettes and other things like that. For example, if I want to explore a palette, just click palettes and it will show me different palettes that are already available here, just like the tool that I shown you previously in the last tool. So these are the tools, these are the, for example, the palettes. So if I just click here three dots, and I can go into either download it, and I can either explore and you can say edit it here. So this is very useful tool. Now if I go to the tools and choose this color palette, it will give me this color editing tool. It is kind of like a similar to the previous one, but I think it has more features as compared to the previous one. Now again, you can use it to generate color schemes and change the color shades, color tones or color tints depending upon your requirement. And also you have this hue saturation slider which you can use to change the color theme as well, just like that. Using the same color rule or color harmony rule, you can view it differently. For example, like this one, you can view it like overlaps or something like that, but I prefer to use the default one because it gives kind of like a joint color bars, and which is pretty useful. And you can adjust each and every color as well. You don't have to adjust the whole thing. You can adjust each and every color, and it is pretty useful tool in my opinion as compared to the previous one. Now if you go into the main page and scroll down, you have different option available here that you can use to generate different color themes. You have the color wheel, you have color converters, color generators, gradient generators and other different things. For example, this color harmony, you can check it out and edit the colors according to different harmony rules easily. So for example, currently it is called complementary harmony. You can use monochromatic, analogous, and simply change one color and it will adjust other colors accordingly. For example, like this one, if I just change it like that, it can adjust other colors easily. And if I just click this cube icon, it will just randomly choose color if you want to explore something. You don't have something in mind and you want to explore some different colors. That's pretty useful. Let me show you another tool here, and one of these is my favorite, and that is called the color blender. So if I go into the color blender, you can choose a starting color. For example, let's choose this red color. So you can choose a starting color and you can choose an you can say an ending color, for example like this one, and you can choose the steps between these two colors. So for example, I like this one, So it can be used to generate kind of like a sunset or vintage style themes that you see for different t-shirts. Let me just adjust it. Let me show you what I mean. So if I choose this red one, and this one I may choose a light of like yellowish kind of theme, and maybe slightly like that. So I can adjust this number of steps that I want. So it is pretty useful for those who want to generate different maybe gradients or kind of like this step style stripes, or even if you want to use it for your t-shirt design for like text change it for different text. You can use different steps, how many steps you want between these two colors, and it's pretty useful for that purpose. Now there is another option or another feature of this tool that I would like to share with you, and that is called the color pedias. And it has different you can say information regarding different colors, or you can say that how that color should be used in your design, or what does that color mean, what is the psychology behind that color. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out, so that once you are designing and you are choosing the colors for your design, you are choosing the appropriate color according to the theme that you want to depict or the emotion that you want to depict in your design. And make sure that you check that out. It is pretty helpful in understanding and the colors and theory behind it and the idea behind that. So it's pretty useful for that. And guys, this is just a few features that I have shown you. You can explore more of different features here, and it is pretty useful tool. Now let's go to the fifth tool, and it is pretty useful for those people who do not want to mess with colors a lot, who just want to choose a good color combination, a good color scheme, and just start designing. And that tool is called colorhunt.com. Now as I already said, it's pretty simple. They have already pre-made palettes of 4 colors or a combination of 4 colors depending upon different themes. So if I just scroll down here, you can see that it has a lot of different themes available which you can use create your design. So if I just choose, let's say I want to choose a vintage style theme, so it will give me a color combination, a color palettes based on the vintage style themes, and it is pretty useful for generating for creating those kind of design which have the vintage theme to it. For example, I really like this one. So it's, if I just keep on scrolling down, I would say this might be an endless store of these colors. And again, you can use it for different themes. For example, I want to create some design for summer theme elements. You can use this like that. So it is pretty useful for those who just want to just start by downloading a color palette and start creating the design. Don't want to mess or spend time on this thing, on generating colors. So guys, hopefully you have found these tools to be useful for your print on demand business, or simple in a design business for yourself, or if you are a hobbyist. And if so, make sure that you like the video and let me know what do you think about these tools and which one of this is helpful for you. And if you ask me which one of these is my favorite, so I'll show you this one. Color Hunt is pretty favorite when I'm in a hurry and I just want to create a design based on a color theme. I mostly use this tool. And if I'm interested in creating colors or generating colors for my own likeness, I use this tool. Now remember, all of these tools, the links to these tools are actually in the description below, so you can check them out easily. So guys, that's all for now, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.